So I did this, right? So the layers that I need here, I'm gonna go and click on the new layer here. I need the A, dash, A, N, O. So you can see that you have the screen also right there, right? And I say here dimensions, this. Okay, the color, I'm gonna use number 1, which is red. I'm gonna do another one here, and I'm gonna call this again A dash A, N, O dash T, oops, T, E, X, T for text. This is gonna be green, okay? If you guys know AutoCAD, this should be easier. If you don't know AutoCAD, then it's not easy, okay? I'm gonna set up my dimensions. I'm gonna make sure that this is, because the first thing that I need to do is dimension this.
What time is your class open?
It ends at 1:20.
What time is this open?
I should be done. You guys need to leave?
I'm just asking. You want to buy some donuts for your class?
Okay, yeah, I'll be there in a minute. Just let me finish this and I'll be outside. Thank you so much. Just let me give me 1 minute. Okay, so I'm gonna create this very quickly. I need 2 things to be done here. My text and my dimensions tab, right? For the text, if I go to the annotate tab here, I can see that I can do a multi-line text and a single line text, right? That's a little different. Then I can see that I have a series of text styles here. Okay, that's fine. And then I have the text here that if I click here, there's more stuff down there. So all I need to take a look here is at this guy here. Text style. I'm gonna click here and it's gonna bring this. I'm gonna use this same font. All I'm gonna change is just the font. I'm gonna use Arial Narrow. I'm gonna use Arial Narrow, and I'm gonna leave everything the way it is, okay? Now look at the one I'm using. I'm using a narrative. I'm gonna apply, and I'm gonna close. Now, I set up my dimensions. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is my dimensions stuff. So on my dimensions, notice that there's no little arrow right here like here, okay? So what can I do to do this? If you forget this, you just type style, and you get the same one, okay? Now for this, for dimensions, if you look right next to the names of the dimensions that we have the dimensions tag here, okay? All you type is just dim style, and you get this, right? If you go here, you click here, and you get the same thing here, right? We're gonna just modify this. We're gonna use this, okay? So we're gonna modify this. The first thing that I'm going to do, everything shall be by layer. So very quickly, I will do this, just like this, and I want you to see what's gonna change here, okay? Notice that the color is changing right here, right? Now, this extend beyond thick, okay? The thick is this, the architectural thick, and that is the separation right there on that line. If I go and increase this, look where it grows. See it? It grew on the sides twice, right? I'm gonna go to this, I'm gonna leave it the way it is. For the text, this is important. I'm gonna select the annotative, and I'm gonna change the color to green. You have to do it like this. What is the text height? 330 seconds is the default. If they ask you to do 1.8, you just go 1 point out. But we're gonna leave it at 330 seconds like that. We're gonna leave everything the way it is, everything the way it is, everything the way it is, and we're just gonna click OK, right? And close. Now, when I go here, this is my current layer, right? And this is the scale that I'm going to dimension. So let's start dimensioning the card right here. So I'm gonna go to my annotation, I'm gonna select this guy here, I'm gonna go and do this. Boom. To 6, right? And then I'm gonna go from here through here. Boom. Right there, right? So I have my dimensions here, and this other one here, this other line. But remember that this has to do with this line here. So actually this is kind of like a curve right there, right? So you have dimension from the overall height. Then right here, you can use something called a leader. I'm gonna type QL for quick leader. Quick leader. I'm gonna enter and I'm gonna look at my settings here. My settings, I'm gonna take the text out. I'm gonna say none. For my leader, I'm gonna say no limit. I'm gonna click OK, right? So I'm gonna go and put one right here, right there, and I'm gonna enter. I have a leader.
Why you don't want to put the text? Because you could type the text.
Because I want to be able to manipulate the text.
Oh.
And if I do it like this, it gets attached to it. If I move the text, the leader gets distorted. And I'm picky on that, right? So I have this. Now, I know that I have my anodim, so I'm gonna bring in my text layer. Immediately, I'm gonna go to the annotate, I'm gonna do a multi-line text. I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna go here, okay? And I'm gonna type 12-inch diameter. How do I put diameter? I can just go like this, right? I can go like this, or I can go and do this. Okay? 12-inch diameter wheel, okay? Attached to steel frame per detail X-A XXX. As easy as this, right? So I'm gonna go and click here, and this is what I mean, because I will be able to manipulate my text, right? So I'm gonna go and put it right there, right? Then I'm gonna move it right there. So I'm already putting information here, right? So, and then here, what is the thickness here? 1/16 of an inch, right? I'm gonna copy this, okay? I'm gonna put it right there. Okay, the reason why you use text, if it needs to be aligned here, and then also if you do it the other way, it should be aligned also on the other side. And normally, you want to have your letters the same way. So now on this one, I just double click on this one, and then you can say here 1/16 of an inch, thick, sheet metal. And when we talk about this, about metal, we don't do this, okay? We can go here and say 16 gauge. 16 gauge, okay? And I show you that, right? Sheet metal face referred to X-AXX for installation. Installation or information not noted. Everything is about, you know, what you write. So if I go here now, I can move this, and I can go and put this guy right there. You can do another quick leader. Boom. You can go and just put it right there. Boom, right there. Match properties. Alright, so I have to do this because they need to see where I go. I go here. That's it. Alright. Now I close this. Say yes. Close. Okay. And then as you save, then your sheet is gonna tell you that something has changed. You can see right there, right? If you don't see that, okay, let me drag that. Right there. If I click here, then this gets updated, right? So what I have to do here now, I'm gonna have to start looking at my drawing so everything shows properly. I can see this here easily. I just drag it right there and that's it. Right? If I need to move them, I move them. Okay, not here, but also here. You don't move them here. Okay, remember that I'm doing everything. I'm doing everything right here on the view. Okay, so this is what you have to do, because what you send me the drawing, and you think you made it. You have not made it. Right? So when we look at this here, notice that this, I'm on the drawing here. I cannot change this. But if I go back to my elevations, then I will be able to change this. Like for example, here, there's all this stuff that I don't need, right? Watch this. I'm gonna select the drawing, I'm gonna right click, and I'm gonna say line work, edit. What does this mean is that I can go and delete stuff that I don't need. See, there may be stuff that you don't need, like these lines. And these lines I don't need. I know I don't need because I use these lines to construct whatever I did, right? So you have to make sure that whatever you do, you know, you have that you know what you're doing. After you finish doing this, you finish right here, and everything is done, right? So as I said, you know, you need to add stuff, you will add stuff. You need to adjust things, you adjust stuff. Do you need to do a larger scale? You can change it here. Maybe it's 1 inch. Boom. Notice how this changes. So you have to adjust. That's what I'm saying here now.
Page?
Okay, so I'm gonna go and put it right there, right? And let's take a look how it looks now. Look at it. I changed it to 1 inch, twice the size. I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna say yes. Close. Okay, so when this one comes out here, and I click reload, okay, let's go here, right? So look how this changed. So now if I go here, this should be 1 inch, like that, right? Now, you know, I have to adjust this, so everything should fit, okay? So this is twice that size. So you decide, you can put everything in one sheet. And then as I said, you know, the one that is best to be represented is the one that we will build. As easy as that. Right, so